Wednesday. Welcome to Joe Wednesday.
Joe Wednesday.
Yay! Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Joe Wednesdays. How we doing? What's new? Well, let's see what's new for me. Well, I guess I should start. Thanks for all the views last week. I shared it on Facebook for the first time, and I tripled the views, if not quadrupled the views that I typically get on a Joe Wednesday video, and I increased my subscribers by about 20%. So, I'm up to 28 subscribers now. Woohoo! So welcome to the people that are new to the channel. I'm planning on sharing this video and future Joe Wednesday videos for maybe like the next month, to just kind of, if I put something out there regularly for like at least a month or so, I feel like that's going to like at least catch the most people that are interested when it comes up on their Facebook, because maybe they like haven't seen it, or it didn't come up on their feed or something like that. I don't know. But between like YouTube algorithms and Facebook algorithms, I don't know how it all works. So I'm just I'm going to put that out there just so that it's available for a long enough time for if people would want to see it, but it didn't come up, it may ping them next time. So, but I don't plan on doing that too often because I don't want to be a bother. So if you're new to the video and you want to keep watching these Joe Wednesday videos, I have like a whole YouTube channel of where I've done these every week since about October, and I plan on continue to do them for the foreseeable future. So if you want to keep tabs on me or anything like that, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get regular updates. So okay, so let's see, some family updates. Let's see, so we finally had good enough weather to get back outside a little bit, which Lydia was thrilled about. So she's been loving running around in her new purple rain boots. And we met up at a park with some friends that she hasn't seen in a while, and like she spent like the whole 2 days before we even went there saying their names, like, we're gonna go see him, like it's like, yeah, we are, it's great, yeah. So she was really excited to see him. I still am kind of baffled by her reactions when she sees people for the first time in a while, though, because she always has this like timid, shy reaction to them. Even like she was saying their names for like 2 days, but then when she sees them, she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to see him now. It's like, oh, blah. Toddlers. So it's basically the only thing you can say to anything. It's just toddler logic. It doesn't make any sense, so move on from that. But she ultimately had a good time and was running around with them, and we got her on the play set, we got her on the swing. She was actually doing the swing arguably by herself for at least a little bit. Like, she was getting the leg thing, moving it around on her own, so that was kind of exciting. But yeah, for the most part, business as usual around here. I did find out some interesting news about the place that we're renting right now. And I mean, like, it ended up having good consequences versus bad consequences, but I guess this is kind of a lesson learned, or at least like a reminder to keep track of the fine print of your lease, because there was a section in the lease that we signed for this place that we're renting that said, like, once you got to like your year contract and that was up, like, it would transition to a month to month. And like, initially I was like, oh crap, like I didn't know it, like I lost track of it on when it needed to be renewed. And like previous places that we've rented, if you go to month, there's like an extra fee involved and that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, we better fix this ASAP. But then I found out it's like, no, we're on a month to month at the same rate. So it's like, oh, okay, well, that's great news for us. So that'll be beneficial, because like I don't foresee us moving out of this spot that we're in right now. It's a nice duplex. It fits our needs, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, there's really no reason to rush out and get a house. Like, I know we ultimately want one, but I'd kind of like Ashley's student loans to be a little more in control before we start thinking about doing house stuff, because I don't want to take on too much debt at once. So yeah, so I mean, like, I think we'll be here for at least another year, if not longer. But it's nice to know that we're not locked into like a February move out, because moving in February was crap. I don't want to do that again if I can avoid it. So hopefully that works out. But like I said, like I need to make sure I read the fine print and remember it next time, and stay on top of that kind of stuff. So lessons learned there. Um, so I got a question on the last email about like my video editing process and like whether I look at my final product when I'm done or not, that kind of stuff. Generally I don't. But I thought I'd do a little like here's a tutorial on how to make a Joe Wednesday video and so, or something dorky like that. But no, for the most part, I take an hour after dinner on Wednesday. I sit down. Hopefully over the week before, I wrote down some stuff to talk about. Because probably about 60% of the things that I think of to talk about for a Joe Wednesday video don't get written down, so they're forgotten. But whatever I do remember to write down, I just basically take an hour, sit in front of the camera, and film whatever I want to talk about for the 10-15 minutes that it goes. I put it on the computer. Add the Joe Wednesday title to is really all the editing that I do on it, unless I have some like photos to put on there, or if I had like something specific that I was talking about that I like had the idea of including images or stuff like that, or JPEGs or whatever. I might add those into the video, but I like know where those things are, so like I can get to that section real quick, and then I just render it and it's done. And generally have found like the video sound quality and the video quality is relatively good, and I relatively trust what I'm putting out there. I haven't really seen any too major problems. So and then the rendering software that I found, I use DaVinci Resolve. It's for free. It's actually I have found it to be pretty good. I mean, like I'm a pretty vanilla video editor, so I mean I don't know if my opinion's worth too much in that regard, but it has worked for me and it's been pretty consistent. And I've done enough like computer stuff in my work career to know how to like troubleshoot software when you're having issues. So any issues that I run into with DaVinci, I've found a workaround, or at least figured out like what the work process is through it. Because like for example, when I'm rendering a video, if I don't save like the just like not the video itself that it makes, but like the kind of like workstation editing stuff, if I don't save that and close out of the program, like DaVinci kind of remains open in the background and it's running computer memory. So I've learned to like make sure I save this before I close it down so that it's not running something in the background. Or I've at least learned to check Task Manager and to end the task when I'm done rendering videos. But so it's like stuff like that I know how to work around. But yeah, so I mean, like honestly, it's really just like I take an hour, I throw the video together, and then that's that. There's really not too much to it, so I don't. But mostly the main reason that I don't like look at my final product is that like it would double the time, like take any of my gaming videos, like if it's edited out and like. Sorry, let's be more specific. It might be easier to talk about that way. So if you take like one of my StarCraft videos, I've been keeping them to around a half hour. Like a half hour represents maybe double the time of gameplay. So I've put an hour in on gameplay. And then if you take that hour, probably add another 50% to that, so maybe an hour and a half of editing. So now I've spent 2.5 hours on that video. And then if you're like, oh, are you watching your final product? Well, if I was watching it, that'd be another half hour on the end of that. So like you're like looking at every video is like 3 hours maybe, and it's like I'm enjoying doing it, but like I don't have that kind of time all the time. So so I kind of trust what I put out there, and I mean like I mean, for now, it's been mostly Ashley just watching anything outside of the Joe Wednesday stuff. So I mean, like if other people are interested and they see stuff that's kind of quirky, let me know so that I can fix it and be aware of it for next time. But outside of that, I trust the process that I'm doing right now, and if there's need for changing workflow later, I'll adjust that when problems arise. Essentially, um, let's see. Oh, speaking of which, since I mentioned the StarCraft stuff, I think I mentioned 2 weeks ago that I was releasing 4 episodes of my Heart of the Swarm playthrough all together and trying it to see how that went. Generally, that went fine, but I'm going to talk about it here because I found myself. I think I just found like the efficiency niche of getting these videos done because over the weekend, like those 4 videos released Friday, the Friday and Saturday of that weekend, I finished the other 3 videos, and now all of Heart of the Swarm is on my channel now for you guys to view. And I was really surprised and impressed by myself of the efficiency that I somehow found. And I think the biggest key of it was choosing different times to do the rendering of the videos, because like editing is me taking the video, chopping it up, putting in text if I want, or rearranging stuff, all that stuff. That's me doing the work. But when I'm rendering it, there's nothing that I really need to do. I just need to click go on the computer and just I could walk away. And I think I was doing those things in sequence. I was like, okay, film the thing and then edit it and render it. And instead, like what I started doing is like, okay, I'm just gonna play through the entirety of Wings of Liberty, and I'm gonna play through the entirety of Heart of the Swarm, I'll play through the entirety of Legacy of the Void, and I'll just have all that content filmed, and then I'll edit it. And what I figured out with Heart of the Swarm is like I would go from one video to the next of just editing just by itself. And then when it came to rendering, it's like, well, if I don't need to be in front of the computer to do that, I should tell it to render at times where I can't actually be there. So like times when I'm taking Lydia to and from daycare, I've usually had this open and I just have it run while I'm driving, going, I'm not even home. And then like if we're doing like bath time, bedtime with Lydia, that's while I'll be running her a video or something like that. So I just, like I said, like I figured out this kind of efficiency niche where I was like, these videos were like being produced and ready to go faster, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I surprised myself with how fast Heart of the Swarm was just done and on my channel. So that's pretty cool. I imagine the efficiency of other games may not necessarily be as fast because of, like, for Final Fantasy, for an example, like StarCraft was very linear in the video, so like you played a mission and then you edit it down, played a mission, edit it down. But with Final Fantasy, like since it's a free world, things happen out of order, so there's a lot more editing involved, and the editing is going to take more time. But I feel like I think I found like a good way to get like the rendering and uploading onto YouTube done in a different time where it's not taking up time on my computer where I can do other stuff. So that was cool. So all right, so I'll stop my rambling. I'll cut myself off here. Legacy of the Void. If anybody's looking for the StarCraft stuff, Legacy of the Void is on its way. I have 3 videos edited and they just need to be uploaded. And we'll be working from there. So, well, for now, this is Joe signing off. We'll catch you later. Love you guys. Lady, do the blink.